YouTube, I'm back with another reaction video. Now this video is do all millionaires think the same? Spectrum. So let's go ahead and react to it. Y'all go shout out to their channel. Subscribe, like the video. All that shit. I'm on phone. What the hell? Hold on.
Self-made has to be somebody that
Hold on.
was growing up broke.
I disagree with that. You can mow lawns for a few months and make like a few $1,000s.
You know how many lawns I'm gonna have to mow?
It's a lot of lawns.
He's a multi-millionaire. Please welcome Tim Sykes.
The key to my success is just working hard, like 18 to 20-hour days every day of my life, and having no life, but having a lot of money.
I think it's consistency, waking up every day, doing things that I need to do, not just because I want to do them, but because I have to do them.
3 years ago, I was serving Captain and Coke as a server. I feel like a lot of people think that this happens overnight when it's really been a lot of work.
I started a fat freezing business.
Nigga, what?
It just grew from doing it for friends and family, and it grew into like a crazy thing.
Oh, she pretty as hell.
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. I think it's so important that you live below your means and live frugally and really focus on what's most important to you.
I think millionaires get a bad rep. I try really hard to serve other people.
I am self-made. 3, 2, 1, go.
Growing up, I didn't have anyone in my family that was in real estate. I didn't have anyone in my family that had millions of dollars. And so for me, I do remember being like 15, 16 years old, having 20 bucks and working part-time after school and like saving away all that money. And then I used that money to get my real estate license. I barely graduated high school. I never went to college, 2 divorced parents, so I should not have become...
Notice how almost all millionaires barely graduate high school. Steve Jobs, that nigga dropped out. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out. Half of these niggas dropped out.
Statistically. But I believe that I put in the work and I really wanted something and I was really determined and I really enjoyed what I do and that, accumulated to where I am today.
I literally started from the bottom. I'm not saying that I was ever homeless or anything, but I did grow up in a single family household. We ended up sharing like a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 people living in 1 bed. Living through those struggles really did put into perspective that I just wanted more out of life. So I went out there and I did whatever it took to build my wealth. And even though all odds were stacked against me, like I failed out of business administration, my counselor told me I would never make it in business, but I took that and it lit a fire under me to prove her wrong almost.
I feel like personally self-made has to be somebody that was growing up broke, in my opinion. Like you got it from the bottom, and I didn't get it from the bottom.
I disagree with that. I don't think you need to come straight from the bottom. Like I started with a few $1,000s. I know a lot of people who started their whole businesses with a few $1,000s.
A few thousand is more than what I had, so in my mind,
it doesn't matter. Like a few thousand isn't
going
to make or break your business, like your life. Like you can't.
Zero?
Yeah, he coming strong. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck he said.
Let's say you start with $1,000. I still believe
he look like he got bread though. He look like he know what he talking
you're
about.
self-made. Even 10,000, even 20,000, because you're not truly like even 6 figures or 7 figures.
I'm broke and I live at mom's house with $0. You're in a way better position than me.
You can mow lawns for a few months and make like a few $1,000s.
Okay, he's the type of nigga. He gonna find a way to make that bread. It don't matter if he had $0. It don't matter if where he lived, this place or that place. He gonna find a way to make the bread. So I respect that. He said you can mow the lawn or something. You can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's little ways you can make money.
Like
he's right.
You know how many lawns I'm gonna have to mow?
It's a lot of lawns, but that is self-made.
Yeah, I respect what he just said. I respect it. I respect, bro. Whatever his name is, bro. The nigga in the back right here, W.
3, 2, 1, go.
Close, go. That's why I locked my door. Don't just barge in here like that. Oh, man. Alright. Siblings, y'all, hold on, y'all. I'm making my drink. Evan, I'm working. You can't barge in like that. I'm working. I'm working. It's in the fridge upstairs. Sorry, y'all. I ain't mean to be mean to him, but when I'm working, I'm trying to focus. You know what I'm saying?
There's a difference between being poor and being broke. I've been broke before, like me and my husband have been broke many times in like our relationship, but we've never been poor. And even like a long time ago when I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with my family, we were never poor. I mean, I was happy, like I had pudding, we went to like parks and stuff. I never felt poor.
When I was 7 years old, I got kicked out and moved into my grandparents' garage, and so I was poor mentally and I was broke financially, and I had to take care of myself at a very young age. So for a decade, I was running a pool company in order to eventually gain the opportunities to ultimately move that ball down the court, obviously. So,
But were you happy?
I mean, I wasn't, not really, right? Because there was a lot of stuff going on, and like I'm living in a garage and I'm growing up, and I had to not only become rich financially, but also mentally.
I know what it's like to have everything and lose it all. So for me, my parents split when I was young. My family was broken. My mom had to then support 2 children. My dad had some nasty habits with gambling and lost everything. So he had a lot of debts that my mom ended up having to be chased for. And basically, I was 12 years old when I got my first job going door-to-door sales, selling newspaper subscriptions, and I had to bust my ass off to help my mom. So for me, I feel like we all start from somewhere and we go through certain motions because it builds character.
I like that. I'm jealous of you guys. I wish I had that mindset. Like I traveled to third world countries to kind of see what it's like, but I still can't put myself like totally in that spot.
I feel like, again, broke and poor are 2 different things. Like, I grew up in a 2-parent home. I, went to prom in a Bentley. Like, I grew up really, really great. But then I hit 20.
Hey, we're going to be reacting to more videos like this. This shit is interesting.
I moved out with some boy, and the situation got very, very domestic violence-y. Now, I was living in a penthouse, and I'm sorry, I got too much pride. I wasn't gonna go back home. And I'm like black and blue, like getting locked into like closets, like really, really toxic stuff. So that for me was very, very poor. Now, did it slingshot me to 6-figure a month income? Yes. But in that state of mind and in that environment, I felt like I was really poor. Like I looked beat up, and my direct deposit was not gonna fix a black eye, like.
I should pay more in taxes.
I have a challenge for all of you.
Shout out Mr.
Every
Beast.
computer in your house, your mom,
favorite
your dad,
ad, bro.
your
That's my
sister,
favorite
your
ad.
brother's computer.
Gotta be.
2, 1, go.
Should they pay more taxes? Yes, sir. Disagree.
I feel like, you make more money, you obviously do have to pay somewhat more, but I don't feel like we deserve extra things to pay just because we have more money. Like we shouldn't be looked to as like a fund, from the government or someone else who just feels like, oh, you have more money, you should pay more in taxes.
I just feel like there should be a little bit more freedom with it because it's really, really stressful, and I feel like a lot of businesses fail in the first 3 years because of taxes, not because they're bad at business, not because they're bad at managing money.
Taxes be destroying folks,
but because they're not prepared to do everything by the book.
I mean, I just don't appreciate it when big companies who sell a lot of their services like in the US and then they have some like Ireland tax status where they're getting out of it, like Apple and Amazon and these big companies that theoretically should pay billions in taxes while it's us average people who are really supporting the government. I think there should be a little less inequality there.
Amazon paid $0 in taxes.
Did you see Bezos is donating to Australia for the wildfires? He donated $690,000.
Yeah.
I like
he makes
that.
an average of $200 million per day.
Yeah.
He put out a whole press release, and I'm just like,
he makes $200 million per day? What the fudge? Hold on, my nigga, hold on. How much money does Bezos make a second? $3,000 a second. Okay. I don't know why I'm saying okay, like that's just a day. This nigga makes $205 million a day. Nigga, I haven't even seen $200 million in my life. This nigga makes that shit in one day. This nigga makes $8 million per hour. What the fuck? This nigga really makes that much money. I gotta step my shit up, bro. I gotta do something.
Come on,
I gotta
dude.
step my shit up, bro.
Give a little more.
To be fair, they have
Like,
created
what?
a lot of jobs for people. I actually sell on Amazon, so through Amazon FBA, he's provided an opportunity for people like me to make a living for myself, to be
You're
able
a
to start
boss
a
on
business,
Amazon.
online, and to be able to make internet money. So like to have that freedom, and like whether we think that he needs to give more or not, I mean that's really up to him what he does with his money.
I've spent an absurd amount of money on something because I can. 3, 2, 1, go.
My husband just got a Lamborghini and he had a Mercedes. It was like a 90 grand car and he added like a 200 grand car. And I'm like, why'd you do that? Like you don't need to do that. He's like, well, I mean, I could, so why not? Like I want to, it's fun. I'm like, you can't even drive it to the grocery store. Like you can't use this car for anything.
I mean, I grew up wanting cars. Like my whole bedroom was like.
Yep, I think a lot of niggas when they get rich, they want cars. They want cars. They want expensive ass shit. But you can't do nothing with this expensive ass shit. For one, a motherfucker gonna rob your ass out here. For two, you don't want to be too flashy on the road. When somebody can tell your car stands out, that's how they can know you who you are. You want to get a regular ass car that everybody on the road has, that fits in, that doesn't stand out in no negative ass way. Because if you stand out, boom, you're an easy target. You can get killed like that. So you know what I'm saying? So she's smart for knowing that. As any business person, social media influencer, content creator, they know for a fact you have to be driving regular ass shit. You cannot be driving no fancy shit. Cars is the dumbest thing you can get when you get money.
Plastered with cars on the wall, and then when I could actually buy it, it was like
it's so
fulfilling
fun, right?
Well, it was fulfilling a childhood dream. It wasn't even about the car; it was the challenge.
Yeah.
Then once I had all the cars, the thrill was gone, so I didn't need it. So I think that you should all have like dreams and chase those dreams, whatever they are. Maybe they don't cost that much.
But I mean,
I respect
not
him.
everything's materialistic. Like when I started making money,
Yeah.
I changed my body.
Yeah.
I went and
I mean,
upgraded
yeah, that's
my
what
chest.
everyone does.
I went and cleared my skin.
Yeah.
I went and got a tattoo. I went and got my, you know what I mean? Like, go and get hair extensions. Like,
I've definitely purchased things in the past that were cool, and it was because I could. But as time's gone along for me, I've realized so many times that every time I hit the goal or the destination or the target, I realized that the journey was so much more fun. And as I've achieved more success and built more companies, it's almost every time now where I get there and I'm like, man, the journey was actually funner than the destination.
I'm kind of over here with you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, because like, I used to buy a lot of bags. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and then once I got there, it was kind of like, I don't have a man, I don't have kids. What am I doing?
But the question wasn't like, what do you think about what's important now? It's like, have you done it in the past? You can't change your past. If you do, are we doing that, changing the future? Like, what do you think about material possessions now? Like, I'll change. I don't need them. But in the past, I've had them. So I've fulfilled my childhood dreams. Now I'm good.
Inequality is one of humanity's biggest problems. 3, 2, 1, go.
If we're talking about
I'm
getting
here.
like,
I'm
successful,
somewhat agree.
inequality is definitely not a problem. Like a homeless person has rose to fame overnight. I mean, if we're talking about inequality, like with like the country, yeah, like that exists. But to become successful, inequality is not a problem. Anyone can make it.
I guess the issue with inequality is that the rich are getting richer and the poor are not having access to those means.
Well, no, because I feel like my husband, he grew up in like the ghetto of LA. Like he had nothing. He worked as a dishwasher technician, and now he drives a gold Lamborghini and he had a gold Mercedes and he can buy whatever the hell he wants. You don't need to be like a white guy.
I don't know. That's why I put somewhat agree, because it's like, it's not the same situation for everybody. You don't know people's situation. You do not know. Some people cannot just I'm being so dead ass. Some people, you don't know people's family, their background, whatever they got going on, so you do not know. So you can't sit up here and feel like anyone could just become famous and rich because they don't have the ability to. They could be in unsafe situations, unsafe family situations, unsafe environment. You never know. So you can't judge off of everybody's. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's the same.
Like you don't need to grow up in a rich area to make money. There's opportunities everywhere. Anyone can do it if they want to.
But
I think when you look at the statistics, though, I think it's definitely doable. Like anybody can do it. but we still are in a day and an age where it's still not that common in the grand scheme of things. Like there's still a lot of people that, like you said, the rich get richer and the poor are either staying the same or not really getting that ahead right now.
I feel like there's still just a lot of inequality. I mean, like, we're all minorities, and you guys are all white. And then, like, growing up, if you put me in a 4th grade classroom and I say, show me a millionaire, you say, Apple, Amazon, Timothy Sykes, he's rich. And then you're like, okay, show me somebody black, show me somebody Asian, show me somebody Spanish. You're gonna be like,
it's very
Michael
limited,
Jordan.
right? It's extremely limited.
They don't know.
We need more examples.
I've been selling merchandise since I was about 13. They're all original designs. Shopify has truly allowed me to brand.
Facts, we do need more examples besides LeBron and besides the niggas, the regular sports players. We need more examples of niggas who got rich off of just besides rapping and basketball or football.
My privilege.
We need to see more niggas who create businesses becoming billionaires. We need us more black people to succeed in that lane.
I think the internet democratizes everything. I mean, I learned everything about stock trading on the internet, and many of us take advantage or capitalize on, things that are in the market, and the internet allows us to become experts.
Would you say the internet's a privilege, though?
No, I mean, you want to get like into semantics, like it's a privilege to be alive during this time in history where we have the internet.
Just in a sense, if you're broke, you may not have it, so you have to like
you can
walk
get free
to,
Wi-Fi.
you have to walk
you
to
can
Starbucks.
beg on the street, and you can get.
But I have to walk there. It's not a
you
privilege.
could be paralyzed, and you could like push yourself. There's a way to get on the internet. Almost every single person can get on the internet.
Yeah,
the
you're right.
internet, I think, allows
I like
you
his points, bro. He's right.
achieve anything, and it doesn't matter if you're in the U.S., if you're a man or a woman.
Well, I feel like that's for internet businesses. Like for me, it's more like beauty. Like for example, if I didn't like kind of look good, I'm not trying to be conceited, no one would trust me to like help them look better. Like for example, you're in stocks, that's not really privilege. You learned how to do that. My privilege has allowed me to make money just in that case, just because it's like a beauty industry. That's it. You know that.
So you can create privilege then too, right? Once you gain some momentum in life, it becomes easier in a sense, right? It becomes like you look at the exponential growth of success typically, and once you kind of create privilege a little bit, from what I've found at least, it does become a little bit easier. Like once you're there though, I mean, it could take 10 years to get there, but eventually you create the privilege. Doesn't mean you had to start out privileged.
For sure, and sometimes it's generational. Like if I was in my mom's shoes and I was actually born in Vietnam and didn't come to,
she fine as fuck,
take
I ain't gonna lie.
that chance with her family to leave literally everything behind and come over to Canada, I may not be where I am today because she didn't, make that decision to bring our family over. Maybe I would have had to be the one to make that decision for my family, and then it's the next generation that basically built off of that. So it really is situational.
People judge me because I'm rich. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm gonna say somewhat right.
We live in a world where social media is extremely prevalent. So like being on YouTube or Instagram or social media, a lot of it's like perceived. You are constantly getting like quote unquote judged. In my
Right, but
opinion.
even on social media, it really just depends what you post. That's very much
I have a
a
stupid
controlled
$30,000
environment.
watch just for social media. Like I don't
Right.
even, if you ask me what time it is, I check my iPhone. I don't even know if it's work.
No, for real. I was in my class, right? I had a substitute teacher, health class. Bro, she had a fancy ass watch. I'm like, do you even check that? Does it even work? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't be seeing folks with watches no more. Besides like rappers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, oh shit, she still got a watch? You know what I'm saying? Like it's interesting to see because it's like, if you know the rapper, I don't even think the rappers be checking their watches and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just for social media. So I'll say they're right. I agree.
But like when you're trying to grow your business,
Or it's just for show.
Especially for me, like in stock trading, why do you get into stock trading? Is it fun? No, it sucks, but you can make money. So for social media, you kind of have to show it.
But even with social media, I mean, if you have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I think you're rich.
Yeah.
Because I know YouTube is writing you a check, and I'm judging you off
Direct
that.
deposit.
But that's my point. Like,
Oh, they
you don't
flirting.
have
They
to
flirting. That's
post
it.
a flashy watch.
I see you,
don't
bro.
have to post a nice car anymore. Like if I
Look at that eye
see,
contact, bro.
a large amount of subscribers on a
Oh, shit.
monetized platform, I know you're getting direct
Yeah,
deposit.
you gotta be
I know
getting some money.
Something's keeping your lights on. Now I'm not judging you in a bad way. Of course, I work every day to try to make videos too, but in the same sense, like
I wanna see
we
her
judge
channel, bro.
people that ask us for money.
Y'all, send me her channel if y'all got
Money
it.
can buy happiness.
No. Y'all need to go this way. Well, in the middle. In the middle, in the middle, in the middle, in the middle, in the middle.
It's kind of like that poor broke mentality all
middle,
over
in the
again.
middle.
Like if you're
Some would
rich and
agree.
you're like in a domestic violence relationship, like you're not happy even though you might have money, but still money can buy fun things. And looking back, like you're proud of your accomplishments, you're proud of the journey that you took to get to where you are, and in a way it can buy happiness.
Money allows you to buy freedom, and then freedom gets you the ability to have more time to find what makes you happy.
I say some would agree because if you broke, I'd rather have money and be kind of like somewhat depressed than be broke, having to struggle to pay for my bill do at the end of the month. Who the hell? At my bill for the end of the month, instead of having that anxiety for paying my bills and being depressed and having no money, I'd rather have money and be depressed. You know what I'm saying? I can go fucking travel the world to see something else. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to stress about bills and be depressed at the same time. That's why I'd rather have money and feel like money could create happiness for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like money can create happiness in certain ways. It depends on what you do with it.
Direct result.
But it could be like, let's say your mom or your dad or somebody that had a severe illness, you know, was in the hospital and they had X amount of time to live.
You can
Now,
save
this
them. You know what I'm
person makes
saying?
you extremely happy, and it's going to cost $1 million or $2 million for this surgery that
And
they
you save
need
them.
to survive, and you save them. Like, you quite literally just bought happiness.
So it depends on what it is. It depends on what you buy it on. You can't just have money sitting there. When you have money just sitting there, it's like, okay, what do I do with it? It depends on what you do with the money. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you feel about having it. You know what I'm saying? Like what you could do with it.
That's not to say that it buys happiness in every area of life.
It don't
Like,
buy
it
happiness in
can,
every area.
But in certain areas, like, yeah, money definitely can buy happiness.
My most fulfilling asset is the house that I bought my parents.
Exactly.
And I am so grateful
And
to be able to do
you were
that.
serving another person.
When you
100%.
serve somebody else with the money, it's better. But when you be selfish with it, don't do nothing with it, then it starts to get depressing. Then you have nothing to offer. You know what I'm saying? But when you use that money to help folks, like Jeff Bezos, he donated money to the Amazon fires. You know what I'm saying? When you do something with the money, then self-consciously you feel better as a person.
Exactly.
Right, it's like pouring from an empty cup. You need to make sure that you fill your cup before you help other people. And I think it goes back to donating, or people expect you to give more because you have more, but really it's not selfish for you to want a lot of money.
Yeah,
or
when
to
you
that
want
time
when you
freedom.
want to give, it's better.
And it really just depends on your definition of happiness. What makes you happy? And we all find that, I guess, reason at different points in our life. Some people figure it out really early on, and some people it takes them a lifetime to find out what makes them happy. So even though you could have a lot of money, if you don't know what that reason is that drives you to
That's
do
what
the
I'm
things
saying.
that you do, then really you're just not going to be happy whether you have money or not.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun, bro. I need Shorty Instagram right there. Shorty in the black, I need her Instagram.
A big thank you to Dashlane for supporting this episode and for making our content possible.
Hopefully you enjoyed this video, man. Like, subscribe, comment if you're new. If you want more videos from this channel, let me know. I will do it. I'm trying to find videos on the internet that's interesting to give y'all. I don't want to just do the same stuff. I want to give y'all a variety of stuff to watch. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully you enjoyed this video, man. Like, subscribe, comment if you're new. Share this channel to your friends, your family, your parents, whoever you know. Share it to them, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this month. I love y'all. I'm out.